present your screen.
I've tried presenting. Let me know once it comes through. If it comes through.
Yes, Opstra screen is coming.
Okay.
Fine.
Do we start or do we wait for a couple of more minutes?
Just wait. People are joining.
Okay. Prakash, will tell me when to start, or we can start.
Okay, we can start.
Okay.
So first, okay, go on.
No, I just want to see if the builder screen has come up or I've not done this. Yeah, okay, it looks like it's come up. Okay. Cool. So a little bit of context. Firstly, I am Vishwanath. I work with Accenture, and the last couple of years I've been trying to study on my own. I don't have any formal training or any mentorship that's there apart from the last few months where I got into 3Ps, and then of course I did the option Gurukul from which was done by Abhijit. So that's the only thing that I have. And with my profession, I'm a transformation lead with Accenture. I'm with Accenture for over 7 years now, and that's my primary thing that I do. This is more like a hobby, and that's how I that's how I started it. And I'm basically trying to understand a lot more. I think I mentioned it on the group. I may not be an expert at this. I'm very happy to see if we can experiment with anybody's particular positions. But in the meanwhile, I'll quickly take out what I do, and if there are any situations that I encounter, and how do I address them. And there's a couple of interesting images that are there that I've just come across this week from Raghunath and Abhijit's conversations on Define Edge. I'll share those two images as well. That's probably extremely interesting. I've not really gone too deep into it, but again, I think the first level I was there. So just to give you, right, what I do. For example, I don't do any other script. I just stick to Nifty because I think I like the liquidity factor that comes. I like generally my trades are close to 1000 point range, and because I'm not a full-time trader and I'm generally working most of the days, so I like some hedges that gives me 1000 points, approximately 1000 points on either side, so that makes it a range of about 2000 points together. So that's how I play it, and I have a decent risk return that I accept, which should be at least 1:3. So that's the primary things that I look at. Right now, certain days when I'm free, I think in one of the sessions that Naveen Fluoride, I think somebody put up, right? But generally, if you see, if I have to just quickly, just a question here. There's nobody here that needs me to go through the most basic of how a call sell works, call buy works, right? I think I can just jump on to the main things that how these hedges work, and how do I consider hedges when there's a position that I need to cover or even book. Should I do the basic or should I just jump into the strategies?
किसी को यहाँ बेसिक नहीं आता हो, मीन्स कॉल पुट क्या होता हो, तो वहां से स्टार्ट करें या फिर थोड़ा बेसिक से ऊपर से स्टार्ट करें?
आई थिंक बेसिक से ऊपर स्टार्ट करना चाहिए. बेसिक तो सभी लोग जानते होंगे.
Okay.
बेसिक से ऊपर.
Okay. Sorry, my Hindi is not good, so I will be mostly in English. But yeah. So generally, what happens? How I look at it, I don't ever do this, but just to discuss possibilities that we do. Let's say somebody's gone long at 22,500, and let's say it's the 23rd May, right? Now the position generally goes like, why option we lose is because it goes in the other direction. Now the first thing I think of when I do something like this is, now how can I limit my loss? Though I know here it is only 3,000, but of course in the real scenario it will be a lot more, because it's just not going to be one lot that's going to be considered, right? The first thing is I try and see how I can limit my losses, or what is the way that I can convert this into like a less, not 3,000, maybe 500 loss, or even close to break even on one side, right? Now there is a buy at 129. Now I need to buy a hedge that gives me equivalent to this 130 points. If it gives me 130 points, then my hedges break even, so I will not have much. So what I do, I don't go to the Greeks, I don't check the Greeks, I check the value of the premium that I've paid and how can I collect that premium back. So when I go to the option chain, I go to 23rd and I see I need 129. Instead of buying something at 130 or collecting a premium, I do let's say 80, 61 into 2. I think this is better. If I just convert this into a ratio, this is an uneven, unbalanced ratio, right? For example, let's say it's already fallen 1.5% and you are in a situation that you can't do much about, right? You may need slightly higher capital, but your loss on one side is gone, it's fully negated. Now there are times that I'm very sure that the trend has changed. So what I do, 22,500, I will make this 22. Let me actually do it. Okay. So when I know the trend has changed, when I'm uncertain, I do it this way. When I know the trend has changed, I'll collect more premium, so that I end up with at least brokerage. Bare minimum, I collect my brokerage. Right? Of course, the margin needed is 50-60, but you need to have way more. Minimum of at least 2 lakhs for one lot of Nifty, because there might be Sometimes you might jump into different situations to cover and go on. Now in this case, okay, let's say Nifty was a fake out, it was a trap, and then it just turns and goes up, and you don't have a place to cover this anymore, right? This is another situation that mostly has happened. Right now, my only option here is to balance this ratio out. I have a 22,500 call, which is buy, 22,600 call, that is sold. Now the difference between these two is 100. If you want a balanced spread, then you do 100 point more. That is 22,700 CE. I will buy a 22,700 CE. So my ratio now is equal. See this. Now whatever happens, I'm not going to lose. So I'll just have to leave this position to the end of the week or month or whatever I've taken. I don't mind the 330 going, which will eventually balance out and it will come down to this. Sometimes what happens, you may need to change that balance as well. Let me do 22,800 and see. You can try and do it this way if you're on put side. If you're on call, this is a broken wing fly, which you can use. But generally what I do is I try and bring this down. Okay, I'm able to accept it. In case the trade reverses and it comes back, I'm very, very happy. If not, I'm very happy to let this go. This is one thing that I pretty much the logic behind here is how can I minimize my loss and how can I collect premium, on what basis do I collect premium. This is one of the key things. Before doing anything as well, I just have a quick check on the Greeks. My delta is neutral. Here, this is one important element which I will come to probably in the second or the next part of the trade. Any questions or anything with this?
So you will be deploying this at the start of the trade, or you are progressively will be doing it, because then the premiums balance will again change.
Yes, it will
do it after a 1.5% or a 2% move against us or whatever.
Yeah,
And
so
that will change.
Exactly my point. That's the point where Vega will start playing a very, very important parameter. If in Vega, okay, so let me come to that as well. So something that I follow very closely is, firstly, I will come here. I will do. I will take this historical volatility, 30 days, and implied volatility. Basically, I'll just keep this RV spread. Okay. Greater than, Raghunath says greater than 30, but I will say greater than 50. If it's greater than 50, you deploy credit spreads. Okay, so you can pick any stock, any underlying that is, let's say, any underlying that is available here, right? Now when it is 24, the historical volatility and realized volatility are very close, right? It's not much of a difference. Here you can go and then check what is the day's IV looking like, right? Can you see every morning, which is why 920 straddle was such a popular event, because the first when it opens and then generally IV used to correct. When IV corrects, your option premium, how do I say it? Because of IV, the option premium that is bloated will start slowly coming down and it will start falling. So these are some things that you have to watch. That's why 920 straddle was such a big success. You can still use it. Even today, if you had deployed a 920 straddle, maybe you would have made per lot you would have made 500 or 800 rupees, right? And if you can just continue holding, these things just keep coming down. Basis this, you will check, rather I will check which one is more feasible for me. Should I go for a debit and accept Vega because Vega is going to rise, or Vega is going to fall? basis that I will pick a debit or a credit, adjustment pattern. This is one of the most key things. Delta is for me to see if my price movement is just going to be neutral, but my entire game is on Vega. How my IV is going to change, right? This is one of the critical things that I check, and then every adjustment possible will start coming into the structure. So even if the premiums have gone up, if the market has gone up, then I think we all know that option premiums are very high when IV is very high. So why don't we cut our losses using IV's crash that is coming? I'm not telling we'll become profitable, but at least once the IV starts coming down, your losses will start coming down because of the new position that you've taken. It can be a buy or a sell. If Vega is high, then of course it's a sell position. Then you'll happily be accepting premiums which will reduce your losses, right? I wanted to, Venki, I got your question. I don't have premium. I don't use premium feature for most of these things. But what I have done is, once I tested, I think the last month or something, I tested premium feature to see if it helps. But I will show you some of the tests that I've done, right? Some things that I've deployed on these kind of things. I will show you a few examples that probably what has happened and how it has worked out. No problem. Purav, does that answer your question of how to manage, because of the premiums that would have gone different from the date of deployment of your original trade?
Yeah, IV is part of. Okay, I think if you can take through the simulation about how you typically would start through your trade and then adjust if required. I think that scenario will, because the premiums will vary. I'm not able to gauge whether that 100-point logic of converting it into a fly or butterfly would happen once the trade has moved or the price has moved ahead.
If it has moved, then you should be ideally looking at converting that into a vertical spread. This is a scenario where you have taken a long call. I understand. Sorry, I don't have the premium feature, but I am not interested in buying it as well. But I'm just telling you, in this scenario, if it has moved, right? If it has moved, then you need to
spread for sure. That is a safer option.
Yes, a vertical spread. If it has not moved and you've lost because of theta decay, if the position has gone down because of theta decay, then a fly or a condor is a better option.
Okay.
If it's a directional move, then of course it goes to vertical spreads, and how do you convert into, even ratio is not a bad option.
Yeah. And have you tried anytime trading with back spreads, ratio back spreads?
I have them, but right now, okay, let me just come to this. Right now, I don't do anything because, like I mentioned, because of my time constraints, I enjoy a 1:3+3 ratio, right? So this is something that I don't do backtest. I'll be very honest. I don't like the concept of backtest. That's my problem. I like to invest and try my own hand at it, and then of course there will be losses, and then that's how I like to play it, because backtest doesn't somehow give me the confidence. Now what I am currently doing is, so this is at 22,500. I will go 40 to 45 days prior. I will sell the next month's 22,500. I will check both of them, right? I will sell the front month and I will buy the following month. Okay. So this is how it looks. Can you look at this range? I like this range. 21,600 to 23,600, which is giving me a 1,100 point this side, 1,100 point this side. But I'm not very happy with the risk reward. Right? I don't want to risk 1:2. So maybe a call spread is not really working out for me. I will go back and I will do a similar activity to check for put. 27th June, 22,500. I will sell the front month and I'll buy the following month. One is to 2.11, right? Both of them are not really good for, at least for now. So you can just wait. But when I bought it, I got 1:3 point something.
There is a 50-point differential in the strikes, but that's okay.
Oh. Thank you. Yeah, 22,500. This is very close to 3, but still this is not in my range. But I think 21,629 to 23,676, with spot being at 22,500, is extremely good. I like this margin that I use, so I don't mind deploying 5 lots and just holding on to see where it comes close to, let's say 21,800 or 23,300 ish. Till then I will not do anything. If it comes, guys, I'm just saying that I don't have the premium option, but please, if you want to go ahead and take the previous months, the rules are 30 to 40 days minimum, 40 days prior if you can do it. I don't want to. Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me stop sharing my screen and I will bring up my actual trade. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, sharing my screen. Has it come through? Not yet. It's coming.
Yes.
Okay, this is my live trade. Now the risk reward has changed, but I liked my positions. Like I said, I'm working. So I have, when I did it, it was 22,200. No, it was actually at 22 when I deployed it. I took a 200 point above, 200 point below, and I sold all the front month and I bought all the next month or the far months hedges. Right now I bought it at 22. This is my base. My underlying has gone 500 points. I'm still not at loss. My break evens are very far, 20,900 or 21,000 and 23,400. Right, I'm still very comfortably placed at a different range. My margin required was not heavy. This is purely my test game, and if I now look at this, my delta is absolutely neutral. I'm expecting IV to go up till the elections, so that's why it is positive, which is okay, which is 600 rupees. It won't make that much of a difference. But when I'm collecting, I collect 165 rupees. Basically, if IV goes up and if I'm collecting theta, I may lose about 300-400 rupees, which is fair enough because it's a 40-45 day window, right? This is something that I will do, and of course, if this comes to the edges, maybe 20%, 25% of my risk, I will cover this and I will deploy one more, one more spread to maybe just extend this, right? All of this you can figure out, but genuinely I've looked at it. Nifty on an average on a monthly basis moves around 3 to 3.1% as the overall range. So we are way above. I just marked it. I think I've kept it today. Is mine shifted to this? No. Okay. Give me this. I don't know how to share. Can I share the window? Entire screen. Okay. This I will share. I think if I juggle around, we should be able to see. Are you able to see my trading view screen? No?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
It's
okay,
visible.
good. Okay, good. This is my range, right? I've marked it and I've kept it. From 18th, I have a 3.85% on the upside and 6.5% on the downside for me to consider a loss. This is also something that I always look at, because when it's going up, it takes a slower move. When it's falling, it falls faster. So I like a little cushion on the downside, right? But this is a lot of cushion I didn't ask for, but it came through, so I happily accepted it. Right? This is one of the calendar spreads that I follow. This I tried a couple of elements here. This is purely credit spread, right? Nothing, I don't do anything. I have separate capital for this. I come into, let's say, IV charts. Now, okay, I have my scanners, right, to check in case I want to move into something. But again, how do I decide whether it is a credit or a debit spread? Can you see this? It is at 121.35. It can go up, you know, it can, there's no doubt that the spreads can continue, but you know, when I can make money, why leave it? If you see, it's a 20, it's just a 5-point credit spread, like, you know, just to keep it, and it's giving me more than decent returns for what is required. 1,25,000, and you might make roughly about 10,000 bucks, which is extremely good when you're considering for a monthly return. Of course, I will not hold it till here. 75% of 9,000, and I will go away from that trade, right? Similarly, I tried this, which is what we had a look at, and how can we convert it into a broken butterfly? Like, basically, this is just for me, guys. Like I said, I'm not really one of the best at the exchanging and everything, but how can I convert my positions in case it comes? I generally want to see the premium that I want to eat. I want to see where my IV lies. Is my IV favorable for a credit or for a debit, and make use of that to try and bring down my losses. And similarly, try different approaches to see how I can capture. I deployed this on 28th of April, if you can see, 28th, 27th, 25th of April, 23rd, 22nd, right? So this is the way I test. This is the way I do my test and everything. This position when it started was something else. Now pretty much it's gone fully free. There's nothing. I think I'll capture the entire, not the max profit, by around, I think, 2,000, 3,000 I will capture. Because of IV, this blue line has gone above. I think it's a good time to exit as well, this. But I think I will generally leave it. This is calendar spread again. I bought it on 23rd. Not the ideal 30-40 days, but I think it's close to 37-38 days, May and June, which is, again, I think this is a very little capital required trade. 35,000 rupees for 12,000 max profit, but again we are taking on 7,000, which is extremely beneficial. Again, my entire thing, I don't know, yeah, this is again 30th May, but it's fine. This is the straddle. That straddle works best if anybody is into straddle. watch this in the morning and then just go for it. You will, the last, maybe I don't like following spreads, that IB/RV line, and I'll tell you the reason. If you see, my implied volatility is 19.8, my realized volatility or historical volatility is 9.62, right? And the way to calculate the IB/RV spread is implied minus historical divided by historical, right? That is 19.8 minus 9.62 divided by 9.62. What am I getting? I'm getting 105. But when I put this, I'm getting 97. So I don't know if there is a calculation error with define edge, or because the formula is very simple. IB minus RV divided by RV into 100. We get percentage. I'm getting 105, they're getting 97. So which is why I don't keep this. I keep it myself. And I have an Excel sheet where I track and see what this is and how this goes, and prepare for the following week or the month. When I have some time, I do weekly trades as well, but pretty much these are some of the things that that I look at. Again, the other way to do this is, if you are in a position, let's say you're in a long call, adjustment, the second way that works very well for me is delta based adjustment, right? What is my delta? For example, there is this I do, okay, this is, you take a short straddle and make it at 22,500 and I will sell it, okay, and I mix a Batman. What is a Batman? It is a call ratio spread and a put ratio spread. You can see I'm selling 2 lots of call, 1 lot of put, buying 1 lot of call, 2 lots of put sell, and this. So what it gives me is, it gives me a wing. This is my protection, right? So basically your straddle, when your straddle is coming to a close, you should be running out of this position. If not, what you can try and do is, can you see there's no problem here, and you know your Vega is negative because of the buying that is there. Now you know your Nifty's IV is at 105%, which is way over 50%. So you need to collect more premium for whatever loss you are at. You need to collect more premium. Let's say you're at 4,000 loss currently, right? And Nifty lot is at 25, which is you need about 150. Now take 75 into 2. Take 75 and break the ratio out. You'll get little more gap. Your right side will come closer, your left side will open up. The same thing if you can do on the put side, your left side will closer and your right side will open up a little more, right? Now this is how the adjustments that I want, right? Basically every situation is different. I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm going to pick my method using IV. I like the fact that Vega gives me a sense of which way to go, whether I need to buy or I need to sell. Now the minute Vega starts coming down, I will start making 1,000 rupees. Or where's my Greeks? I'll start making 1,800, covering my losses at 1%. And if you see, generally here, let's just have a look at the last 4 or 5 days. The peak is at 16.1. It closed the day at 13.82, which is 3 by 16. You will get, maybe you'll get a little bit of percentage there. 14, it started at, it ended the day at 13. So you got at least 1% there. Here it started at 15.89. It ended the day at 13.74. Here it started at 15.7. It ended at 14. Here it started at 15.5, ended at 14.7. Technically, if you keep looking at this, right, you will exactly know at least rather I will know, is buying an option better or is selling an option better in my current scheme of things, right? Anything can happen on the chart, not really debating or going there. I don't know why this is like this, but anything can happen on the chart, and all I'm saying is this is how I look at and I try and manage things, and basically that there are going to be losses, of course. That's why I try and put it on portfolio to check if any of these things work, and I keep doing these things for at least 2 to 3 months to see, and then I put, because the risk is not heavy, right? It's not the straddle, of course, credit chart, but broken butterfly, I'm risking what, 35,000 rupees in that as well. I don't know, I think it's gone a little higher, but not much of losses. When you enter with a good gap of time, you will get these for cheaper. 60,000, I don't have much, 8,500, but I will not let 8,500 come. This is something that I do. And how many of you, I have a question, or when I open this, does it come? Can you see my TradePoint application?
No,
No?
TradePoint is not. It's
You have the Google
your
Meet screen.
actually you have selected to share the browser whole window.
Okay, present something else. Okay, should I just do entire screen?
Window, try window.
Okay, window.
Yeah, TradePoint.
Okay, you can see TradePoint.
No, it's not coming.
The screen sharing has stopped. It was not
Okay.
selected.
I think you didn't click it up.
You need to try the entire screen.
Okay, let me just do this. Now my TradePoint should come.
Yeah, now it's coming.
Good.
Now it's fine.
So what I do, right? I don't know, I'm sure most of you will be doing this. If it's not a calendar spread, I will do a multi-leg chart and I will plot this, right? Let's say what is my current position. Let me take some spread. Okay, let me do 20,500 call because I'm bullish, and I will do a 20,700 sell, and I will do weekly 20,700.
It's TradePoint screen.
Okay, yeah, because I think it's coming. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
20,500 I short, and no, I long and I short. Now has it come? Now can you see the multi-leg line chart?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is very simple, which is why I don't let my losses go beyond my control. My funda is very simple. I add a double moving average. I don't do any changes to anything, and when this crosses over, I enter the position and I wait till this cross down happens. I don't wait for anything else, and if I have the time, I will come back and I'll do this. Right now, this has to give me a buy. It's just not me looking at Obstra. Obstra is the method to know what is my max gain, what is my max loss. But this feature of multi-leg chart is everything for me. I generally use line and I use point and figure, but mostly my lines are available. Right now, this is where I notice till once I am coming here, even I might even buy it here, it doesn't matter, it can ask, then you might take a loss, but the loss is part of it. The minute the shorter EMA goes below the higher EMA, I'm exiting that trade, whether I'm in profit or in loss, right? Because then it can just keep going and going, and then it becomes a hopeful trade. So even if I've entered here, if I go down here, I'll take it as a one odd trade. That was a bad hit that I did not wait for retracement. But again, if I have the capital, I will start adding more. I'll pyramid more, and I'll see if I can pull it back. This is the way that this is second. This is actually the primary way. IV and buying and selling everything is the secondary way. You follow your chart. You can of course, if you're very close to, I've done 22,500, 22,700. Of course, if you're very close to point and figure, and you are very close to it, then you can do this. Here you need to make a small change, 0.015 and 22,500. I will long one lot, and I will do 22,700 short, and I will make it a 1 minute chart. My rules are simple. It has to be above DSmart, and it should be giving me a pattern that this is my stuff, right? I'm just going to delete everything here. Okay, you can put whatever metrics or whatever indicators or whatever patterns and methods you have, but make sure to keep 0.015, because this is a 10,000 scale. You will, if I don't make it 0.15, if I make it 0.15, it will become like this, right? So it should be 0. No, because here it is like this, 0.015. Then you'll get a fairly equivalent chart, and then you can of course do your adaptive RSI or any of these intelligent stuff that the team has built. Whatever your system is, basically you can go for it. This is the place where you will make money and you cut your losses faster. On Opstra, you will not get that facility because it just says, you know, your PNL is up and down. But is your PNL down? But is it still, is your adaptive RSI above the average? Right? If it's below the average and you're losing in the first double bottom sell, you exit, and then you wait for it. It's a nice W pattern. You get a breakout again, you buy it again. You have the adaptive RSI bullish, and you have a pattern breakout, and then let's say there's a nice anchor column, and give this a trend line, and then just go for it. And then you'll go back 10,083. You'll collect 83 points is the max here, because it's no, this is a debit spread, so you'll collect this. You'll continue going at it. You know, these are some of the things that I think are extremely important.
Can this chart be saved in TradePoint?
Of course.
For next session?
On TradePoint?
No, for next session.
Yeah. You can just go to next session.
How to save?
You can go to file, go to save session, and give it again, and save it everywhere. It will be in the places. Okay, that's something in action. I think that. So what I do is I have a different method of me understanding what my trends are. So let's say I have credit spreads. I follow credit spreads very closely. I don't know why that doesn't want to open. Okay. AP has some intraday rules and stuff, right? Now all the laws of this are already put and kept, and I've saved it. Now, for example, if I'm looking at Nifty, Bank Nifty, and the two most important components of the Nifty 50 index, I put it. If I'm going to be bullish, all four should be above the intraday VWAP line. That's my concept. That's my stuff. But again, just to show you how to save it, you can just come here, click on Save Session, or let me just save one for you. Okay, File, Save Session, and I'm in the desired folder I want. I'll say test, and don't change this. Save it, close. I will come back here. I will click on Open Session, and I just did test, and I will open. Simple.
Thanks.
Okay. I think now this is mostly what I do. Okay. I know this may not be one of those typical kind of stuff where, you know, okay, these are ABCDE rules and we have to follow these rules, and this is the way it works and stuff. But I think off late we are seeing too many floats that are happening that goes 100 points in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes, and then it just falls. So this is what I do. I like my 40-day trend of giving me 1000 point range on one side, overall trade of 2000, right? 2200 points. I can go peacefully work. I don't have to keep pulling out my phone, and because it's only 15-20,000, I can deploy more lots. What I have done is, instead of deploying more lots, I have taken 200 point below and 200 point above, so that it gives me a little more comfort, right? My total cost for that trade is 50,000 rupees, which also gives me more capital and more time to try out, credit spreads, to try out straddles, and I just showed you guys, right? A combination of straddle and Batman. Batman is nothing but ratio call and put ratio spread, which gives me those additional wings. So these are some of the things that I like to deploy and test. I'm not a huge fan of back testing any of these, because what was happening 2 months ago is not the same case. What's happening now is what my understanding of the market is. So I don't generally, I'd actually never back test it, because I enjoy doing it, understanding the market as it comes. I take the beating if it beats me, but yeah, it has hit me quite a bit. But again, I enjoy that phase, so I have no problems. But if you guys want to really test it, you can go back. If you guys have Opstra Premium, please go back. Simple thing: 40 days before the next month expiry, sell the front month and buy the far month, and just keep going ahead.
Rishi, please can you explain the IV portion of your credit and debit spread? When to do a credit spread and when to a debit spread? Can you explain it again if you have time?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'll share it. Has Opstra come, or are we still seeing trade point?
Yes, Opstra.
Okay. Go to options, go to IV charts. Okay. Let me explain this. Has everybody seen this, or do you want me to just go a little more, like maybe spend 5 minutes on this, a little detail as to what is this and how do we do it? Should I spend a couple of minutes here and explain step by step as what is the process, what's the back end to this?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, okay, let me put everything up then. Okay, this is the price chart. Okay, this is historical volatility, which is nothing but, I'm just going to call it realized volatility, which is nothing but in the last 10 days, what is your IV been? In the last 30 days, what is your IV? And IV percentile is how many percentage of days where this IV was lower, right? 98%, only 1.2 times the IV was higher in the last 12 months. That's what IV shows, IV percentile shows. I'll show you the formula sometime. But what I like to consider is a 30-day historical volatility or realized volatility. In the last 30 days, what has been Nifty's actual volatility, right? Compared to what is the current implied volatility, which is, it should have been 10%, but market participants are willing to pay 100% more, right? Then that means there is a lot more opportunity where option premiums have become very, very high. Because in the last 30 days, whatever has happened, now it may be due to Lok Sabha elections, right? But can you see the significant, here it was very close to each other, which is 26th of April. They were almost together. From 26th of April, can you see the price? What is the close? 22,556. Okay. IV has gone up to 19.8 and you're still at 22,500. Where is the price moved? The price hasn't gone. But if you had a debit spread here, you would have made a lot of money because your IV had climbed. In the same thing, if you had a credit spread, you would have lost, of course. But you know, now now you take this scenario, even if the price underlying moves, if Nifty moves 300 400 points, and if your IV starts coming close to RV or historical volatility, your underlying upward movement will not drive option premiums price that drastically up. Because of IV crash or IV coming slowly down, your option premiums will not go or will not rise at a speed that is hitting your stop loss at no one's business types. It will not let it happen. Just put a credit spread and just see this. 26th, right? Exactly at this time, if you notice this, if you notice 26th, 27th, all my trades, all my credit spread trades are deployed around that time. Everything that is there is deployed around that time. And everything except this broken butterfly, which is also the reason because it is not given me the covering is not 100% covering, right? So this is my test, this is my study. You can of course do your own stuff, but this is where when this has happened, everything was at loss. Now when it starts coming down, I'm just recovering the whole thing, and my portfolio looks like, at least my paper portfolio looks very healthy. For a good 3 lakh 4 lakh investment, it's giving me 20-25k returns. This is in simple terms, this is how it is. And if you don't want to do the math, you can just remove everything, take the IV-RV spread. Can you see here, it had touched 50, your price is at 22,500, and then it comes, when it comes to about 20 to 30, you exit, and then just leave it, it'll go. Here is where you can consider this as, an area of uncertainty, and then your IV starts rising again it starts cooling off. Can you see the price is also in tandem of this, and then once it goes again above 50, you can just sell and sit. 22,381 on 7th of May if you had sold, now it's at 22,500, but again it will start coming down. The formula to this is implied volatility minus the realized volatility. You'll get one number, divide that by historical volatility or realized volatility into 100, basically converting that into a percentage. So the calculation is 19.8 minus 9.62, you'll get around 9 or 10. Let's say 10 divided by 9.62 is more than 100%. That is what IV-RV spread should plot, but there's the software is plotting 97.1. I should be getting 105 something. This is everything that I know about IV-RV. This is an excellent system, by the way. You can keep track of this, and you will definitely know when to buy, when to buy a debit spread, when to sell when to sell a credit spread, and it will give you a lot of peace. It will give you lower capital trades with your defined risk and reward that is closed. No black swan, no injections. That's the new word in the market. No injections can pull you out of these trades. And of course, the final piece to this puzzle is your PNF charts. Go plot this on PNF, 0.015%. Keep your systems. If it goes below DSmart and double bottom sell below DSmart, and I just exit and walk away from there. Or even a line graph, it should go below the double moving average, and I exit. Either way. But honestly, for the last 2.5 months, I've not seen it. I've got excellent rates. Because of my greed, I did something. I lost a good percentage, but otherwise, April month was exceptional. I think I had one of the best months in April with a 14 point change percent returns. May I did something that was stupid and I lost, but again I think it's on track to come to maybe I'll close at 0 or 1% hopefully, but otherwise this system is exceptionally good. Okay, that is me. Any questions? Anybody has a trade that you just want me to have a quick look at, maybe, and see what we can do?
I have posted a trade in Traders Group on Telegram. If you can see there.
Let me see. Okay. You have Nifty, right? And you have 27 June, all
Strangle on June month.
Okay. But there are no legs to this.
Yeah.
Okay. You have done that twice in this. Okay. Let me plot this. 27.
Actually, I have closed two legs. It is only 2 legs.
Which one have you? Okay. The two lots only that's broken.
Yeah.
22,000 by 33,000.
Yes.
22,500 PE 10 left and 23. 23. Yeah. This is the trade, right?
Yes, bro.
Okay. So let's have a look. Delta is there. Here your Vega is your benefit. You have a 14,706 for 1% fall. Okay. If it is me, I will just go quickly plot this on PNF. I'm extremely sorry. I don't know how to do this. Let me present something else. Entire screen. Let me just go entire screen. Tell me if you can see trade point now.
Yes, trade point is visible.
Trade point.
Okay, now you see option.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Now I will use my PNF, and this is Nifty, and the trade is 27th June. This is 0.015. I have sold a 23,000 call, and this is 10 lots, and I have sold 22,500 put, and this is 10 lots. Correct? 23,000 call short 10, 22,500 put short 10.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Now let's see how that goes. Why does this happen? Okay. See this. Right? Now the first rule is this. Any particular indicators or something that you follow? I don't know.
No particular indicator. Actually, I started following DSmart very recently.
Okay, right. Good. Then we both are on the same page. Okay.
Okay.
So here is your strategy rule. If it has no, right? And sorry. Nifty, You can just buy this. Okay. This is okay. Anyways,
The one who is asking a question, please mute yourself so that your his voice is not echoing.
Okay.
now audible.
Yes, audible.
My voice is it's okay. So first thing I would done this. Okay. What is my exit? If it goes above I'm going to enter. But the problem here is I bought a big anchor column and I've got a follow through. Right? Just plot my this thing. 45 degree. No, it looks fine. I will not touch this trade. And then where is my mini top, mini bottom? My mini bottom is here. It's going to give me the previous support will turn into resistance, change in polarity. And if you see historically, there's something that's happened on this trade here.
Vishwanath, you are on mute.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Everything went on mute. Okay. So you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So my mini bottom is here because of the mini bottom. There's no point of an adjustment because your maximum loss is 980, which is a 50-point loss if you leave it, and you have a very strong support converted to resistance here with a big anchor column that's broken through. My recommendation or my way of looking at this is don't touch it. This looks good. If you really want to hold on to this position, then you'll have to figure out what is the break 21,085, you know, and 20,900, which is in 1,000 points and 1,000 points, right?
Yes.
You don't have to position. If you really adjust, if this is out of control, then you have to check this. See if it is what is the DSMART 979.63 till it goes above 979.980. If you are still okay to hold funds or if you're okay to accept this, when this mini top breaks is when this trend is changed. That is the only time you should be adjusting. Otherwise, don't even bother. It will, as Nifty will start going, straddles will continue drifting. So there's nothing to worry. What is the double top buy here? Double top buy is 1025. Till it goes to 1025 and closes above 1025, I don't think there's any trade needed. If it goes above 1025, then you need to see which leg is dominant here. Is it a trend upwards or is it a downward? Right, and then you figure out. But honestly speaking, if you are 22,500, if you have a 21,000 and 1,400 points range here, why would you even want to adjust? Just leave it and relax, because it's not going to fall 6% or 7% in 1 month or in 30 days, right? Even if it does, it's going to recover, and the same thing you're going to get 1,400 points, which is 6%. So I don't see the reason why you have to hedge.
Volatility is expected in when the Lok Sabha election results come. There may be a big fall or a big up move after that.
If you see my experience, even the biggest of COVID falls, even the biggest of Ukraine Russia war, Nifty fell 500 points. You are triple that, hedged and protected, almost thrice the biggest fall that has happened in the recent times. I don't think there's anything to worry on this trade. Because of adjustments, we might end up looking at different things. Of course, there's going to be volatility. Of course, there's going to be a lot of things. But knowing what has happened in the past, Lok Sabha elections is not a bigger, catastrophic effect compared to COVID and Ukraine-Russia war and all of that, right? It's elections. It's a big deal for us in the Indian market, but it's not a world concerning event. So it's not going to fall or rise by 500 or 1000 points or something. I think there'll be volatility with 200, 250 points, 1%, 2% here and there, and it will start correcting. It will start sideways, and it will go all of that. And the day Lok Sabha election gets over, you can normally expect, right? This is what the newer ones don't know. The minute the election results are out, IV is going to crash. When IV is going to crash, you are going to make a ton of money.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other trade? No?
No, as of now.
Okay, Prakash, that's it from me. I definitely want to hear your...
There is one question from Darshan Kumar in chat box. Just check.
In which? Okay, in this chat, is it? Okay. He's close to max profit. Shouldn't he book now? This is Darshan. Are you referring to the trade that we just went through by Shahzad?
Yes, that trade only.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the payoff chart, it looked like he was close to his maximum profit as well.
Yes, but the decay hasn't happened yet, right? So expiry is on 27 June. So the premium decay starts technically by 10th or 15th onwards. That's where his major money comes. This is an initiated position. If it stays between these two bars, then he's going to make the maximum, which is 2,28,000 rupees. But there is a lot of time factor that is coming into this. So this is a recently initiated, I'm assuming. So it is going to take after 27th of June. Generally, I think the last 2-3 days are the crazy swings. You should ideally look at closing it by 22nd, 23rd, the previous Friday or the following or the last expiry week Monday. That is my view to looking at that position. Otherwise,
I usually exit my position 1 week prior to the expiry and take next month position.
Yeah. That's basically 37-40 days, sir. That's very simple.
Yes.
Darshan, did that answer your question? Because there's a lot of time factor.
Yeah, sorry. I think the question in itself was wrong.
Okay, Sumit, my look at is I don't wait for it to become zero because that's in straddles. 70% should be ideal. I generally put it out at 65. I don't want to wait till 70. I pull it out at 65 and then I move to the next month. But 70% should be ideal of max profit. Then again, honestly, with what we have on Trade Point, if you keep looking at the charts, 70%, why leave the 30% when you're making it, clean the whole thing up, right? Keep watching. The next double top buy above DSmart, just exit. You're of course going to make minimum 65-70%. After this 70%, the next double top buy above DSmart, which is my system, I will exit after the next double top by about this much, and I'll just walk away from it. Bare minimum, I'm taking my 65-70%, right? So there's no number to it now. You can do this at the chart level. Sumit, is that okay? Okay, thank you. Anything else? Please show any long call adjustment with butterfly on simulator. Sorry, Venki, I don't have a simulator, but please, I think the concept is pretty straightforward. You can convert the long call into a ratio, and ratio into a butterfly. You can, if you have the premium access, just go for it, right? Take the previous month and put a long call if you're bullish. If you're bearish, put a buy a put, and then convert those into ratios. But this is the concept. This is the concept. Unfortunately, I don't have it, and I don't intend to pick it up as well. Otherwise, I would have just bought it now and kept it. Anything else from anybody else? Otherwise, I think Prakash, back to you.
Okay. No, I don't think so. Okay. Thanks, Vishwanath.
Thank you.
Okay, friends, we'll plan it on next Saturday maybe, or any other day.
Just I want to add something.
Yes, please.
Okay. One thing I just. Okay, this strategy is simple one. Nifty long only, and actually I got inspiration from KK sir is doing right now. Maybe around he is buying Nifty Bs, and he around when the breadth 3% breadth is below 25, he buys the Nifty Bs and he never sells it. Okay, and another strategy he's doing when breadth is sorry, not the breadth, moving above moving average, double top above moving average, and exozone when turns into red, he exits. Okay, so I was just backtesting that, and let me show you the. Okay, this one is a strategy. Nifty box size is 0.19. Usually we check the chart on point. Okay, on 0.1. Okay, so see, I before coming to Define Edge, I was using Ami Broker, where we have a option for backtesting with many parameters. Suppose I am testing a double moving average crossover of 5 and 13. So we have an option where you can give a starting point of a moving average number one of short moving average from 1 to 100, and for long moving average from 1 to 100. So what the backtesting software that AmiBroker does is it changes the parameters and gives the backtest results. So as right now we are using DSmart 6. It was launched in March 2023, around March 2023. So at that time the default parameter was 10. So I backtested those on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 till 15, 16. So as so to my trading style, it suited me. I picked up the 6. So I was sharing the 6 parameters, and after that the Definage adopted this from it changed to 10, 10 from to 6. So I was testing this Nifty long only. So I backtested this 0.10, 9, 19 till 29.3 till 0.30 I backtested, and this is long only. So one day I was picking up this and testing all this thing long only. So one by one I would back testing it and exiting here. Exit I am all means यहाँ से मैं एक ऑप्शंस चेंज करते करते चूज करता रहा जो मुझे समझ में आता था ऐसे. So this was not it. Then double top moving average, the double bottom sell when ADX is bearish. Okay. So when I back tested the KK sir's this thing strategy, it was giving me around 12.5 or 13% CAGR. So one day I was sitting and I want means better than that, and so I found this, and when I checked the trading details, so from there I found that let's check also this thing, stop loss also. So stop loss I kept it 3, 3.5, 3.6, 4, 5. So this one gave me the best results. Right now it is this thing. So this is the Nifty long only. So what we have to do when the long comes here, we just have to buy. You buy Nifty future or what else? Nifty Bs you can buy. So these are the trades. Okay. This you can यानी आप इसमें एक्सपेरिमेंट कर सकते हो कुछ भी. I haven't experiment much more. Means here the moving average is default. In popular strategies, the moving average is default. It's a 10. You can still enhance the returns by changing the moving average parameter, and okay, then you can select it from here to from popular to my, and DTB above moving average 10, 11, 12, 15, whatever means suits you. Same way ADX is a default parameter. I haven't changed it. So far I have found this 16.5 is the maximum CAGR. I have around 17%. It's this one is a long only. No shorts are included here. Anyone किसी को कुछ पूछना है इसके बारे में?
So just looking at the graph over here. Hello.
हाँ.
Yeah. So just looking at the graph over here, I mean, I was just checking some other strategies also. I mean, because of the momentum that has come post COVID now,
हाँ
right? I mean, if we compare, supposedly if we are comparing returns, say in the period of 2015 to 2018, kind of, and
20
when we compare and when we compare it in the last 3 or 4 years, lot of these long strategies have given much more exponential returns relatively.
ये तो होने ही वाला है क्योंकि हमारा जो
CAGR wise. Yeah.
हाँ हमारा जो मार्केट है ओनली लॉन्ग ओनली है मीन्स के फ्रॉम स्टार्टिंग करो कहीं से भी करो कभी इतना प्रोलॉन्ग बेयर मार्केट आया ही नहीं है
Right.
सो बेसिकली अगर हम हमारी सपोज के शॉर्ट स्ट्रेटजी भी टेस्ट करेंगे तो इतना रिजल्ट आएगा नहीं
Most of the short strategies में तो पॉजिटिव रिटर्न आना भी डिफिकल्ट है ऐसा.
हाँ तो वो आएगा नहीं क्योंकि ये है ही नहीं ना अपने मार्केट में है ना यूएस मार्केट में है एक निके में है वो प्रोलॉन्ग लॉन्ग शॉर्ट चल रहा है हाँ तो प्रॉब्लम तो है यहाँ पे अभी जो है उस पे हमको वर्कआउट करना है ऐसा है
No, I mean, okay. The question just came up was that कि supposedly we are having say a sideways period coming in.
हाँ
Now, okay, because of the momentum and because of the rise that we have had over the last 3 years. I mean, I don't know how a year-on-year basis. I mean, if you just see the leg up, I mean, after 2020 के बाद का leg up देखो ना, the entire returns has gone exponentially high.
वो तो अभी जो इसमें भी दिखा रहा है ना 17 सपोज के हम अभी यहाँ से भी करेंगे जैसा सपोज ये 4 ट्रिलियन हुई है 5 ट्रिलियन पे इकोनॉमी जाएगी 4 साल और अच्छे हैं तो ये 17 का शायद 20 भी हो जाए
Right. Yeah, even that's a possibility. Sure.
हाँ तो
And could you verify whether this 3.78 जब hit हुआ था, so it has hit. I mean, the trade is closed on the based on the open price, based on your SL price, या कैसे close किया है? Well, in a few couple of strategies, I found my. I mean, when I put a stop loss now, so the price taken was a very different price basically. I mean, I had mentioned to Prashant sir also. Even in Renko PNF में भी ये बहुत बड़ा इशू है like BTST cases के अंदर और सब में है ना the price taken up is not the accurate one and then Prashant sir had mentioned that okay they will give an option to choose the closing price or to choose the open price or something like that.
ओके नहीं ये चेक नहीं किया है लेकिन एक साल मीन 6 साल पहले सॉरी 6-7 महीने पहले जब इनका ये सिस्टम बैकटेस्ट का करेक्ट हुआ था तब करेक्ट था उसके बाद मैंने ये चेक नहीं किया कि ये कहाँ पे क्लोज करता है इंट्राडे में क्लोज करता है या क्लोजिंग पे क्लोज करता है दैट आई हैव टू चेक मे बी इट्स क्लोजिंग वन आई थिंक सो
Then we will have a scenario of going beyond 378 also.
हाँ 3.78 कर सी 3.78
अगर if it is a we cannot achieve the exact price ना unless then the system is trying to tell that okay यही price पे close हो गया because my closing price may not be exactly 378 it could be 399 का stop loss या 384 भी हो सकता है I mean it will be nearby price ना
हाँ बट उससे इतना मींस रिटर्न्स पे इम्पैक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा
because it is a नहीं because it is still a 50-50 hit ratio okay
हाँ
and if you, even if you I mean because you have taken a really long period तो आपका 4000% जो overall return है उसमें the impact may not be very high and we are only talking about 80 odd trades so the impact will not be very high.
Prakash,
हाँ
Hi sir.
Prakash, you can add a small percentage of slippage just to take care of closing में हो रहा price या अगले दिन का open to eliminate that confusion or give some buffer. You can include back testing में I think वो screen में slippage का एक percentage है ना make it 1/4% या 0.5% कुछ कर दो and तो थोड़ा बहुत it will take care of your thing. थोड़ा results कम आएगा, but at least it will give you something which is very close to possible reality.
Okay. So I have added the quarter percent this thing slippage here. Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the
Sorry,
see this
sir.
is a
Yeah.
just I was one day I was sitting and playing this backtesting thing, and still the it's not a perfect one, because as I said, moving average is default. Here I think so it's 10 and ADX is default. We can still change the default parameters and get the better results compared to this.
And कितना ट्रेड आ रहा है जो टोटली?
Only 80
82.
trades.
तो फिर मैनुअल बैक टेस्ट कर सकते हैं ना, शायद आधा घंटा या 1 घंटा लगेगा मैक्स. So do it in a conservative way. Take the next day's opening price as your exit price, and you will get a almost perfect result.
Okay.
80 trades या 90 trades. Someone who wants to do it live can do manual backtest, and उसके बाद they can decide whether to implement it or not. उतना टाइम नहीं लगेगा क्योंकि we are dealing with daily charts and only 80 trades. तो फटाफट हो जाएगा ये.
Okay. So this thing is a on 0.9, just
0.19. Yeah.
0.19. So कोई भी बैक टेस्ट करता है तो वो करना. मैंने मीन्स 0.07 से लेके 0.30 तक ये सब कॉम्बिनेशंस ट्राई किए थे, और with DTB this thing, moving average, adaptive RSI, ADX, must, all these things, and इसमें भी सेम कॉम्बिनेशंस हैं, वो भी डिफरेंट ट्राई किए थे. ओके, सो जस्ट प्ले विथ इट, एंड रिजल्ट्स आने के बाद मैंने ये देन आई इम्प्लीमेंटेड दिस थिंग, टारगेट पॉइंट एंड स्टॉप लॉस, वो उसके बाद किए थे. जस्ट आई वांट टू चेक कि इससे रिजल्ट्स बेटर होते हैं या नहीं. सो इट्स गॉट इम्प्रूव्ड जस्ट लाइक दैट. ओके, इसमें कोई और किसी को क्वेश्चन है? ओके, नो वन. I'll stop sharing my screen.
Sorry, what was the average holding period for the trade?
Okay, let me again
It was
share
there
this.
actually. I just missed to see it. Max was 600 days, which is 2 years almost.
Okay, holding period, it's
90 days.
630.
Okay. 81 days. Average holding. हाँ वही where your mouse is there ना, वही section.
Okay. Expectancy is with slippage 2.01.
Take it.
Expectancy, it's also good one. And max drawdown is 16%. So do anyone have what index mutual fund average return is? Okay. Okay, I am stopping this. Okay, one activity we have to do. Okay, all of you have to participate in. Okay, it's a one simple question. Just I will मैं नाम बोलूंगा और उनको अनम्यूट करना है और उनको जस्ट सिंपल आंसर देना है, वन वर्ड और मीन्स 1 लाइन 2 लाइन. ओके, और फिर म्यूट कर देना है. Just a second. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, I'll speak up the name. First one is Amol. Amol, can you share? क्वेश्चन ये है कि सपोज आप किसी स्टॉक में ट्रेड करते हो तो निफ्टी का ट्रेंड देखते हो तो क्या देखते हो, नहीं देखते हो तो क्या देखते हो? जस्ट इट इज अ हेलो या
Am I audible?
हाँ हाँ
Yes.
The answer is 2.
और पैरामीटर्स क्या होते हैं आपके?
Actually, I checked 3 months and 6 months outer performance.
ओके
Nothing more than that. As I am
और
also new,
हाँ निफ्टी का चार्ट देखते हो तो उसमें कौन से बाय डिफॉल्ट जो हमारे पैरामीटर्स है 0.10 और उसमें कोई इंडिकेटर?
DSmart, I am using DSmart.
ओके
Yes.
डी स्मार्ट विथ 6.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. You just mute yourself. Anu.
Yeah.
Palak Gandhi, yes. Your turn.
हाँ प्रकाश जी.
हाँ, तो आप जब स्टॉक पिक करते हो तो निफ्टी या किसी और का ट्रेंड देखते हो तो उसमें कौन से चार्ट में पैरामीटर्स या कौन सा चार्ट देखते हो? कोई इंडिकेटर होता है?
नहीं, कुछ इसमें से कुछ नहीं, खाली स्टॉक का और आरएस दो ही चीज.
ओके, सपोज निफ्टी डाउन ट्रेंड में चल रही है तो भी आप स्टॉक बाय करते हो?
या
ओके, you just mute yourself. Next is Chandrakant ji.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for me, option 2, I check for
Okay.
Nifty trend as well as means on ratio chart. I check stock on the ratio chart. There are two basic moving averages on the ratio chart, 30 and 60. If 30 is above 60, then that is enough for me, and the price is above, the ratio is above 30, then I'll go for that stock. So ये वाला setup है.
Okay. You just mute yourself. Next is Darshan Kumar Dave. Yes, Darshan ji.
I recently only started. I used to do 3 only. Now I also do 3+1.
Okay. निफ्टी में ओके निफ्टी नहीं देखते हैं. ओके 3. ओके ओके म्यूट योरसेल्फ. नेक्स्ट इज गणेश जी. गणेश, मिस्टर गणेश. ओके might be have technical problems. Next is Mr. Ilyas Sheikh.
Hi Prakash.
Yeah.
Prakash, I validate the RS. Okay, RS maybe ARSI in RS chart, and then see whether it is very close to the double top Y with a trend line, right? Our trend line, this sloping trend line, whether it is very close by around that area, then I will buy.
Okay. You just mute yourself.
RS, yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Next is Kishore Jadhav. Mr. Kishore Jadhav. Okay. He's not unmuting. Mr. Manish. Yeah. Mr. Manish.
Sir, I look at mainly check the RS versus Nifty 5500 actually. And
Okay.
basically.
उसमें कुछ इंडिकेटर पैरामीटर्स निफ्टी में
निफ्टी नहीं RS उसमें अपने ये सुपर ट्रेंड प्लस फेमस इंडिकेटर होता है ना सर, इसके ऊपर
हाँ.
इसके ऊपर डबल क्लिक है.
Okay, great. You just mute yourself. Next is Piyush Ranjan. Mr. Piyush Ranjan. Okay, he's not unmuting. Next is Purav Choksi. Mr. Purav Choksi. Purav ji?
Yep, sorry. Yeah.
Ah.
So I basically do RS study only on the weekends. I mean intraday,
Okay.
or I mean for the shorter trades that I need to take. I mean I will the list of stocks that I have. I typically look at the DSmart being bullish on RS. Okay, and typically I'm doing more of retracement based studies. So DSmart bullish is the necessity. Maybe if column of X, if it is in column of X or in DTP, even in the RS, then I will create a separate group for that kind of stocks. Basically.
Okay.
So within the DSmart bullish, there will be two sets. One will be aggressive and one which is in retracement in that pattern.
निफ्टी में मीन्स पहले ट्रेंड देखते हैं आप?
Nifty trend, no, I'm only looking at the RS. I mean, on Nifty, if Nifty is negative or Nifty is tentatively negative, I mean, the last 6 months it has been a bad experience. That if I try to look at the Nifty trend, then I'm not able to take the trade and I lose on the opportunity. So now I'm focusing more only on the stocks trend rather than the Nifty's trend to be primarily bullish or bearish.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I don't know. The same example. If I mean, I actually shared with KK sir also on that. Key example, jo Prashant sir gave the ideology, right, of the the Volar ratio ke upar. Okay. I mean, this is just the sharing with everybody. That so supposedly we had created that portfolio on 3rd of May on Nifty 750 stocks. Okay, the drawdown before the recovery, the drawdown was almost of 7.5% in that portfolio of 20 stocks. And in the last 3 days move, those entire basket has moved by 10.5%. So it is a currently positive by 3%, 3.5%, and today another 0.5% or odd. So currently that portfolio is up 4% from 3rd of May.
Yeah, but
I mean, instead of we picking up the best stocks, the best Volar based stocks, the kind of swing we can still get is this big.
Okay.
So I mean, we need to give a little more room to our selection. I mean, that's what I feel nowadays. No doubt we cannot participate in all the parties, but yeah, whichever party we have participated in, we should enjoy that.
Okay. Thank you. You can mute. Next is Raghunath Ji. Yeah, Raghunath. Raghunath, can you unmute? Okay, he might be a technical problem. Next is Shashank Jain.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
Okay. So basically, the first thing I look is the most primary thing is the stock trend.
Okay.
And once the stock is kind of above DSmart 6 and 10 both, and obviously it is on SMA above the SMA line, and giving you some good anchor column or stuff like that. So once that condition is satisfied, then I go for the RSS study. And for RS, I use Nifty Next 50 these days, because obviously Nifty Next 50 has been outperforming Nifty 50 or last 6 months or so. That's what I see. And for the RS chart also, I use the same parameters of D Smart 1% and the simple SMA line, and that's how I proceed. Though I'm new in the market, comparatively new in the market, but this thing is working fine for me.
Okay, thank you, Shashank ji. Next is Sumit Badwani. Sumit ji.
नमस्कार प्रकाश भाई, क्या हाल चाल है?
बस नमस्कार, बताइए।
सर मैं तो क्या है, आप और मंगेश सर जो डालते हो ग्रुप में वो सीधा खरीद लेता हूँ, ज्यादा दिमाग लगाने का ही नहीं है।
अच्छा, ठीक है।
सर वैसे निफ्टी 50 देखता हूँ मेनली मैं, आउट परफॉर्मेंस, और मल्टी टाइम फ्रेम का जो अपना स्कैनर है, RS स्कैनर में मल्टी टाइम फ्रेम स्कैनर, उसमें क्वार्टरली रेशियो में जाके मैं एक पॉजिटिव लिस्ट और निगेटिव लिस्ट बनाता हूँ।
हाँ,
और उसमें फिर उसके बाद फिर पॉइंट एंड फिगर में जाके 0.25% पे टोटल ब्रेकआउट, इसके हिसाब से मैं करता हूँ ट्रेड, शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडिंग फ्यूचर्स पे।
ओके, थैंक यू सुमित जी, यू कैन म्यूट योरसेल्फ। नेक्स्ट इज सुनील दत्त। यस सुनील जी।
हो गया तेरा छुट्टी, इसके लिए बैठा था।
सुनील, मिस्टर सुनील, Sunil ji. Okay, everyone is done. Now let me share mine. I will share mine. Just a second. It will take 3-4 minutes. So this one is Nifty. Okay. So D Smart 6 के ऊपर है तो मैं डिलीवरी बाय करूंगा, नहीं तो मैं नहीं करूंगा, मैं डिलीवरी की तरफ नहीं जाऊंगा। ओके, माय डिलीवरी टाइम फ्रेम इज 30 to 45 days, 60 days मैक्स शॉर्ट टर्म डिलीवरी। मैं लॉन्ग टर्म डिलीवरी अभी कोई नहीं लेता हूँ, मीन्स फ्रॉम 3-4 years में यही करता हूँ। ओके, शॉर्ट टर्म डिलीवरीज। सो फर्स्ट क्राइटेरिया डी स्मार्ट अभी तो ये है, डी स्मार्ट 6 के ऊपर होना चाहिए, उसके नीचे है तो मैं स्कैन नहीं करता हूँ फॉर डिलीवरी पर्पस। ओके, then the second one is for futures I have different this thing। फ्यूचर जो है वो शॉर्ट टर्म होता है मेरे लिए। ओके, so future I use 1 minute 0.10% with D Smart 8। 6 मैंने ट्राई किया था, देन 10 भी ट्राई किया, बट विप्सॉस 6 में ज्यादा थे और 10 मुझे लेट इंडिकेट करता था, सो आई स्टिक टू 8 राइट नाउ। सो 10 के ऊपर होता है तो मैं फ्यूचर्स बाय करता हूं, और सपोज 10 के नीचे है, सो सपोज डी स्मार्ट अभी ये रेड में होता है, सपोज उसके नीचे चल रहा है, और तो मैं देखता हूं कि ये जो डेली बेस में है वो 10 के ऊपर है या नहीं, डी स्मार्ट के ऊपर है या नहीं। ठीक है, दोनों अप है तो मैं फ्यूचर्स बाय करता हूं। एक सपोज शॉर्टर टाइम फ्रेम 1 मिनट अगर नेगेटिव में है, डी स्मार्ट बेरिश है, तो आई गो फॉर कॉल में मैं बाय करता हूं। सपोज लॉन्ग मुझे करना है, ठीक है, तो कॉल बाय करता हूं, और अगर दोनों ही नेगेटिव में है तो मैं फ्यूचर शॉर्ट करता हूं, अदरवाइज फ्यूचर शॉर्ट नहीं करता हूं। ठीक है, डिलीवरी ऑलवेज मैं निफ्टी पहले देखता हूं। ठीक है, RS नहीं देखता हूं मैं, सिंपल जो है मेरा जो दिस थिंग एक्सप्लोसिव पैटर्न है विच इज अ प्रोबेबल ABC। ओके, वही मैं चूज करता हूँ। एंकर कॉलम मेरे हर एक सेटअप में होना चाहिए, मींस डिलीवरी बाय करता हूँ या फ्यूचर्स बाय करता हूँ, एंकर कॉलम सपोर्ट होना चाहिए, एंकर कॉलम के बिना मैं नहीं करता हूँ। रिसेंटली अभी जो सपोज के लास्ट थिंग, दिस थिंग कि सपोज ये एंकर कॉलम है, इसमें 51 कॉलम्स हैं, हमको एंकर कॉलम जो है वो 15 बनती है तभी ही आ जाता है। ओके, 15 जैसे ही बनती है वो आ जाता है। तो वो 15 बनने के बाद मैं स्कैनिंग में ले लेता हूँ उसको, वो मेरी रडार में होता है। ठीक है, अभी इसका जो सेटअप है, यहाँ पे मुझे जो सपोज मेरा एसएल है वो डीबीएस है, वो बहुत दूर हो जाता है, तो उसका अफोर्डेबिलिटी वो किसी और दिन मैं शेयर करूंगा कि इसको मैं अफोर्डेबिलिटी में कैसे कन्वर्ट करता हूँ। ओके, यानी मैं सिंगल एंकर कॉलम है उसको भी ट्रेड करता हूं। ठीक है, और एंकर कॉलम के बाद 3 कॉलम्स बनती है तो प्रोबेबल एबीसी में चला जाता है। ठीक है, और सपोज के एंकर कॉलम के बाद एक ही कॉलम है रेड, तो उसको भी कैसे ट्रेड करता हूं वो भी नेक्स्ट में कभी हम शेयर करेंगे। सो बेसिकली डी स्मार्ट 6 के ऊपर होना चाहिए, और फ्यूचर्स के लिए डी स्मार्ट 8 में रखता हूं। दैट्स इट।
जब स्टॉक के लिए डी स्मार्ट 8 ही यूज कर रहे हैं?
नहीं, 6 जो स्टॉक सिलेक्शन है, नहीं अभी मैं डी स्मार्ट नहीं करता हूं। आई हैव चेंज टू अडेप्टिव आरएसआई, और उसमें मैंने बैक टेस्टिंग किया है। तो एक्चुअली आरएसआई पे आया था, फिर उसके बाद मैंने अडेप्टिव आरएसआई जो है उस पे भी बैक टेस्ट किया है। ठीक है, तो मुझे क्या चाहिए कि मैं बैठूं, मुझे तुरंत रिजल्ट चाहिए। डी स्मार्ट 6 में क्या है कि कभी कंसोलिडेशन में चला जाता है। ठीक है, तो वो मुझे नहीं चाहिए। सो अडेप्टिव आरएसआई अभी मैंने कन्वर्ट किया है। मेरा फर्स्ट में स्कैनर जो 187 जो फ्यूचर स्टॉक्स हैं वो हर रोज स्कैन होता है, उसमें अडेप्टिव आरएसआई है, और फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी मींस 5-6 प्राइवेट कंडीशंस हैं स्कैनर्स में। ठीक है, वो मैं शेयर करूंगा कभी। अभी तो हमारा टाइम खत्म हो रहा है, 4 बजे तक जो है। तो अडेप्टिव आरएसआई चाहिए। पहले डी स्मार्ट 6 था, अभी डी स्मार्ट 6 निकाले, क्योंकि डी स्मार्ट 6 में जो है वो सपोज स्विंग, प्रीवियस स्विंग के नीचे भी चला जाता है तो भी डी स्मार्ट 6 ग्रीन होता है, यानी बुलिश होता है। तो दैट थिंग आई वांट टू एलिमिनेट। तो अडेप्टिव आरएसआई पे मूव। अडेप्टिव आरएसआई जो अभी जो बाय डिफॉल्ट जो पैरामीटर्स है वो 14 और 9 है। ठीक है, तो वो मुझे थोड़े लेट इंडिकेट करते हैं, तो मैंने उसका चेंज कर दिया है, 7 और 6 किया है। लेकिन उसके साथ और भी कंडीशंस हैं।
ओके, ठीक है।
ठीक है, और उसके बाद भी मैं उसके लोअर टाइम फ्रेम में जाता हूं। दैट आई पिक ओनली दिस थिंग डी स्मार्ट 6, उसमें अडेप्टिव आरएसआई, यानी जो एंट्री जो है, सपोज मैं स्कैन करता हूं डेली में, तो मैं ट्रेड करता हूं 5 मिनट में।
ओके,
ऐसा है। और सपोज मेरा पोजिशनल है तो 1% में मैं स्कैन करता हूं। और नॉन एफओ स्क्रिप्ट में मीन्स 1100 स्टॉक्स हैं मेरे उसमें रडार में, तो नॉन उसमें 1% में मैं स्कैन करता हूं और ट्रेड करता हूं 5 मिनट में 0.25।
ओके,
5 मिनट चार्ट देख के करता हूं।
5 मिनट में वो 0.25 चार्ट। ओके,
यस, उसमें डी स्मार्ट 10 होता है, क्योंकि वो बहुत वॉलेटाइल होते हैं।
वॉलेटिलिटी बहुत ज्यादा है उसमें। करेक्ट।
तो डी स्मार्ट 6 में आपका
ना, इसके लिए
हाँ विप्सो बहुत आते हैं डी स्मार्ट 6 में। तो क्योंकि जो चीज विप्सो ज्यादा होती है उसके लिए आपको पैरामीटर, आपके जो इंडिकेटर के वो बढ़ाने पड़ेंगे, और जिस स्क्रिप्ट में विप्सो मींस के वॉलेटिलिटी कम है, ठीक है, तो उसमें आप जो इंडिकेटर का जो वैल्यू है वो कम कर सकते हैं डी स्मार्ट से। जैसे हम निफ्टी जो है 0.10 में देखते हैं, ठीक है, फ्यूचर स्टॉक डेली में 0.10 देखते हैं, क्योंकि उसमें वॉलेटिलिटी 1% 2% डेली की शायद होती है, इतना हिलता है। स्टॉक्स जो होते हैं वो 2-3% हिलते हैं, तो हम 0.25 0.15 में डेली देखते हैं। लेकिन जो नॉन दिस थिंग एफओ होते हैं, स्मॉल कैप मिड कैप, उनकी वॉलेटिलिटी ज्यादा होती है, उनकी मूवमेंट 5% भी होती है, 10% भी होती है, 15% भी होती है। तो उसके लिए हमको पैरामीटर हम डेली में जो पॉइंट एंड फिगर चार्ट है वो 1% कर देते हैं। वैसे ही इंडिकेटर में करना चाहिए। इंडिकेटर जो वॉलेटिलिटी ज्यादा हो तो आप उसके पैरामीटर बढ़ा दीजिए, और इंडिकेटर सपोज वॉलेटिलिटी कम है तो इंडिकेटर में पैरामीटर कम करने पड़ेंगे, तो आपको जो है एंट्री जल्दी मिलेगी। सपोज इंडिकेटर में पैरामीटर अगर 10 रखेंगे तो मेरा जो एसएल है वो बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा, और दिस थिंग एंट्री मेरे को लेट मिलेगी।
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट। किसी ने आई थिंक पूर्व भाई ने बोल रहे थे वोलार का टेस्टिंग की है क्या किसी ने?
वोलार इज शार्प रेशियो। अब वो जो है या शार्प रेशियो इज करंट, उसने कितना लास्ट जो हम पीरियड चूज करते हैं उसमें कितना रिटर्न दिया है, और जो नॉन दिस थिंग बॉन्ड्स है वो है डिवाइड बाय दैट थिंग होता है। अब वो क्या है न्यूमरेटर में लिया है वो मुझे आइडिया नहीं है। शार्प रेशियो में मैंने जब उसका डेफिनेशन पढ़ा तो एक्चुअली में वो होता है कि जो हमारा दिस थिंग है अंडरलाइन है डिवाइड बाय दिस थिंग होता है नॉन जो गारंटेड रिटर्न होते हैं उसको डिवाइड करते हैं एक्चुअली शार्प रेशियो में।
करेक्ट। इसका मुझे नहीं मालूम, किसी को ये विराज करके एक ये है, विराज का एक मोमेंटम वो रिसर्च बहुत करता है। ये विराज का एक सबस्ट्रैक्ट भी है, सो उसका अलग अलग ये है स्ट्रैटेजीज, रीबैलेंसिंग का एंड शार्प रेशियो। सो उसका एक यही है कि शार्प रेशियो आपका जितना हाई होगा एंड लो वॉलेटिलिटी रिटर्न्स उसमें आउट परफॉर्मेंस अगर देखोगे तो बेस्ट रिटर्न्स आते हैं। इट इज लाइक
प्रशांत सर और केके सर ने भी वही कहा कि जिसका जितना हम ये जो स्कैनर है हमारे पास दो है एक्चुअली, एक परफॉर्मेंस टेबल रैंकिंग है और दूसरा अभी जो इंट्रोड्यूस किया है मोमेंटम इन्वेंट, उसमें जो वोलार है वो तो उन दोनों में हमको शार्प रेशियो मिलता है। तो उसमें जो हाईएस्ट है वो हम हमारी रडार में पिक रखते हैं। सेम थिंग।
तो आप अगर स्टॉक्स जो उनका अगर वॉलेटिलिटी ये देखोगे तो बहुत बिलो 1 होगा ऑलवेज, एंड उसका रिटर्न बहुत हाई होता है। सो दिस इज एन ऑब्जर्वेशन। और एक विराज करके एक बंदा है उसका, तो ही ओनली डज रिसर्च ऑन दिस मोमेंटम इन्वेस्टिंग। ही हैज लॉट ऑफ पेपर आल्सो रिटन। एक रंजन करके है, रंजन समवन एंड विराज, सो दे उन लोगों ने वो SSNR जो है उस पे बहुत सारे पेपर भी लिखे हैं ऑन मोमेंटम इन्वेस्टिंग एंड मोमेंटम इन्वेस्टिंग इन इंडिया। सो बेसिकली इस पे कोई जल्दी आर्टिकल नहीं मिलता। सो उन्होंने बहुत सारे वो बताता है मंथली रिबैलेंसिंग, वीकली रिबैलेंसिंग, क्वार्टरली रिबैलेंसिंग में कितना इम्पैक्ट होता है वो भी बताता है कि आप अगर इससे चूज कर रहे हो अपना पोर्टफोलियो टॉप 10, टॉप 20 एंड टॉप 30 स्टॉक्स, सो वो रीबैलेंसिंग में कितना रिटर्न देता है ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, which is very good actually. तो एक मिनट अगर मैं मेरा स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ तो मैं आपको बताता हूँ। उसका मैंने मेलर ही चालू किया, विच इज वेरी गुड टू रीड। मतलब वो अच्छा एक ऑप्शन देता है फॉर नॉन जो FNO या इसमें नहीं करते, ओनली स्टॉक बेस्ड करते हैं लॉन्ग। वो बहुत दैट इज वेरी गुड वन डेटा। मेरा कहाँ गया? हाँ, आई एम शेयरिंग माई स्क्रीन। तो ये है, इसका एक मेलर आते हैं मुझे, ये हाउ डज रीबैलेंस फ्रीक्वेंसी अफेक्ट मोमेंटम पोर्टफोलियो। सो ये विराज करके है इसका, ही डज ओनली रिसर्च ऑन मोमेंटम इन्वेस्टिंग। सो उसने सब बताया है कि हाउ टू चूज अ स्टॉक। इसने बताया मंथली रिबैलेंसिंग, वीकली रिबैलेंसिंग, क्वार्टरली रिबैलेंसिंग भी कर सकते हो। ये है कंपाउंडेड एनुअल रिटर्न्स एंड रोलिंग रिटर्न फॉर 3, 5, 7, 8, 10 years। तो उसने सब कुछ बताया। तो उसका एक ये था मंथली रिबैलेंसिंग में कितने स्टॉक रखोगे आप। फॉर वैल्यू 30 विल हैव और कितने स्टॉक रखने हैं, है ना, वो रैंकिंग के हिसाब से चूज करना है. सो देन ही सेज मैक्स स्टॉक्स 20, 30, 50 अगर आप अपने पोर्टफोलियो में रखते हो तो CAGR कैसे डिफर करता है, मैक्स ड्रॉडाउन क्या है. तो अगर ये देखोगे तो वेरी गुड एंड हैंडसम रिटर्न्स, राइट.
ओके श्योर. तो आप इसका ये आपके ईमेल में है, तो PDF हो सके तो आप जो ये ऑनलाइन जो हमारा
हाँ
ये
हाँ हाँ मैं शेयर करूंगा
ट्रेडर्स ऑनलाइन मीटिंग जो है.
सो ये लोग सिर्फ उसी पे ज्यादा रिसर्च करते हैं. सो सी मैक्स स्टॉक्स 20 and 40 और रोलिंग पीरियड इतना रखोगे आप तो फिर परसेंटेज ऑफ टाइम्स मिनिमम CAGR वाज. तो मिनिमम CAGR कितना है, एवरेज CAGR कितना है 30-60 के पोर्टफोलियो में. सो ये आई लाइक दिस वन, राइट. ये काफी अच्छा है रिटर्न्स.
ओके.
बिकॉज इसमें लोवेज देखोगे तो अच्छा खासा ये है, यू आर वेरी वेल प्रोटेक्टेड फॉर द ड्रॉडाउन CAGR. सो मैक्स ड्रॉडाउन जिसमें कम है बेसिकली, जो दे गिव एन appropriate if you, and this is like all time invested, right. उसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने you are only in cash or you are only in this thing. This is like you are completely invested all the time. तो वो जो प्रशांत भाई ने वो अभी मोमेंटम इन्वेस्टिंग का किया था ना, सो आई वाज जस्ट वेटिंग दैट. तो अगर किसी ने वोलार पे अगर कुछ ट्राई किया तो आई थॉट मे बी पूछ लेंगे किसी से. शायद पूरा भाई बता रहे थे कि ही लुक्स एट द परफॉर्मेंस, राइट, वोलार रेशियो. तो ये एक्चुअली बहुत मतलब जिनको लॉन्ग टर्म पोर्टफोलियो बनाना है, जैसे वो अपने निश जानी भाई है, निश कुमार जानी, राइट,
निशेष कुमार.
हाँ निशिश कुमार. तो समथिंग लाइक जो लॉन्ग टर्म्स के लिए जो प्लान करते हैं, आई थिंक ये एक बहुत अच्छा मेथड है. वो भी मतलब पीसफुल इन्वेस्टिंग वीकली या मंथली आप कर सकते हो. जैसे आई थिंक प्रशांत भाई ने सेकंड वीडियो जो किया उसमें उन्होंने वो सारे क्वेश्चंस एड्रेस किए थे कि आपका रीबैलेंसिंग कैसे होना चाहिए और किस तरीके पे आप रीबैलेंसिंग डिसाइड करोगे. तो जिनको अगर पोर्टफोलियो बनाने के लिए आई थिंक ये बहुत अच्छा है. मुझे नहीं पता कितने लोगों ने ट्राई किया, जस्ट चेक करना था अगर किसी ने ट्राई किया है तो विच इज द बेस्ट पॉसिबल ऑप्शन, मतलब इसमें.
ओके.
मैं ये शेयर करता हूँ आपको एक PDF है ना.
Okay.
Thank you. I would just like to comment, sir.
Yes,
sir, best is a difficult answer to give.
No, not best.
Yeah, the whole idea would, like example, in the last video, Prashant sir also gave another alternative wherein we are now looking at say a weekly or a bi-monthly turnaround time.
Yeah,
and
rebalancing.
So yeah, so then I will not be going for a 52-week period. I will have to look at a 30-day or a 45-day or a 60-day kind of stock basket.
Correct.
Okay. So I mean again, so how much we want to kind of gain from each of the entries, and what is the kind of target that we are looking at. I mean based on that, so yeah, the drawdown, if that is a concern, then you will always be looking at a more longer term holding period relatively. So your spread would be better. I mean automatically अगर आप 10 portfolio या 15 का करोगे, it will be much more aggressive compared to your 30 or a 40 stock portfolio, because then you're on an equal weighted basis, you will be only be investing 3% or 2.5% per stock. So automatically आपका volatility कम हो जाएगा. So based on what kind of a goal that you are looking at from your investments, that is a kind of balance that you will have to look for yourself. Okay, where and how do you manage your equity ratio?
Correct. So yeah, for long term I think I like Nish Kumar Jani's method also. मतलब उनका भी एक अच्छा ये है, and this Volar based is also a good option.
Believe me, sir, current bull run is so good. आप आँख बंद करके करते थे.
Both that question वो तो अलग.
If you stayed invested, and the returns
you are
were
going to make money. Yeah, you are going to make money. वो तो है. Current market is such that you invest and returns अच्छे ही आने वाले. That is true.
So once the challenging time comes in, that's the time when these selections and these methods, once you are in a process of doing it, will give you a better alpha related to other means of doing it.
Yes, absolutely. I think since 20, I think everything has changed, right? So basically, after COVID, like everything has changed. So comparisons and comparative analysis also is not working because last 4 years is very different period than before.
Yeah. अरे प्रकाश sir,
हाँ
when we are doing
हाँ
so much
वही
of back testing ना यार, I was also just comparing कि example supposedly I mean as I ask you about that